What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Back again. I just finished up, literally just finished up an NBA live stream. Let's go to NFL now. I would combine them, but trying to keep it separate for the separate audiences. Everyone doesn't love the same thing, doesn't love all sports like I do. So try to keep it separate. But yeah, start off. Follow me everywhere, social media sites at Stats Free Sports. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, all social media sites, same handle, Stats Free Sports. Follow and subscribe to the Stats Free Sports podcast, available on all major podcast platforms except for iHeartRadio and Pandora. Podcast comes out weekly. Let's get right into it. Some NFL Week 14 discussions. Now, I guess I'll break down game by game. Let's get right into it. So I'll do the games I saw, and then the games I went to the highlights to see next. So start off the first game I saw for Week 14. Well, the Rams and Patriots. As y'all know, I feel about Cam Newton. If you don't know, I made multiple videos on this. I've never been a big believer in Cam Newton. Well, I have, but since I've been older. So no, I'm 25, came in the league probably close to 10 years now. So as I've probably been an adult since 18. So, 7 years now, I've not been a big believer in Cam Newton. I know as you get older, you get more involved in sports and see things how they really are. And I knew from that point, from 18 on up, I'm 25 now, as I said, Cam Newton wasn't really all that good. Big arm, but no, great legs, big body, but inconsistent with his accuracy, and not really a leader from what I see outside looking in. And then he's just not accurate. He's just not accurate. It's simple as that. He's just not accurate. He's not really a good quarterback per se. He got great highlights, great running highlights, great throwing highlights. But I always go back to when the Panthers for that year had Greg Olsen at tight end. They had Kelvin Benjamin, who they drafted. I forgot what school he came from. Who's 6'5". They had Devin Funches from Michigan, who was 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", and Cam Newton was still missing those guys by a mile. He had 3, 6'3" and up wide receivers / tight ends, and couldn't hit them. Still couldn't hit these guys. Just missing them by a mile. They gave him big guys with big catch radiuses, and still couldn't do nothing with them. And outside those couple good years, and then that one great NFL MVP year, and then went to the Super Bowl. Other than that year, he hasn't really been that good to me personally. So 49ers and the Patriots, that was a route. Cam Newton hasn't played well this year. I'm not gonna keep talking about it every time I talk about the Patriots, but I'll say that for the get-go. They will not be in playoffs. They will not be good. And he hasn't played well, to be honest, the entire season. He's been healthy, so that's great for him, but he showed he can withstand, the beatings of NFL, but for this year. But, outside of COVID. But other than that, he hasn't played well, except for like week 1. And that was on the ground still. So, I don't want to keep bashing Cam Newton like I hate Cam Newton or something like that. But I'm not the biggest believer in him and never have been. So I'm off that now. But Rams beat the Patriots. If you saw Thursday night football game. Titans and Jaguars. Easy win for the Titans, who I still deem personally as the second best team in the AFC behind the Chiefs. Yeah, behind the Chiefs. The Steelers to me are frauds. The Ravens to me are big frauds. So yeah, I have them the second best team in the AFC. And after those two, and the Bills number 3, to me personally. The Ravens and Steelers to me are fighting for that 4th and 5th spot. Probably Steelers 4th, Ravens 5th. But I do have the Titans personally as the second best team in the AFC. They beat the Jaguars pretty easy. I'm a big fan of AJ Brown, the wide receiver, second-year wide receiver from Ole Miss. I like him a lot. Derrick Henry, we know, ran for over 200 yards. Easy win for the easy win for the Titans. Bucks versus Vikings game. It's kind of scaring me, man, how Tom Brady isn't, playing well per se. It started off slow. We know Tom Brady's at least calling the plays that he wants because Bruce Arians, the head coach, threw him under the bus a couple of weeks back, and they're still losing. They're still starting off slow though. If the Vikings kicker had hit a couple field goals, because I think he missed what a couple field goals and an extra point that equaled up to about 10 points or something like that. So yeah, they lost by 12. So maybe he hit a field goal or two, could have changed the tide of things for the Vikings. But the Bucks played cool. Their defense is very, very sorry. Very sorry. I had it coming to the season. Okay, they had a solid enough defense. Their defense is not that good. I overhyped the defense by a lot. Antoine Whitfield Jr. They drafted from Minnesota, the hybrid safety. I like him a lot. He's still a rookie. You grow and you grow and learn. But he's playing well. But he does make a lot of mistakes. But he does make up for him a bit as well. That defense for the Bucks, they really depend on bending and not breaking, to be honest. But they can get torched from time to time. Like we saw Carlton Davis get torched the other week by Tyreek Hill. But yeah, that Bucks team really scares me. I had them in my NFC winner for the season before the season started, and it's not looking too good, to be honest. Into the playoffs, they should make the playoffs, but it might be a first round bounce depending on who they play. Chiefs and Dolphins. I seen this game. I was supposed to go in order, but from what I saw and what I didn't see, but I'm already starting now. It is what it is. I did see this game live. Chiefs and Dolphins. Dolphins come out to a fast start, 10-0, but we know you could be 21-0 versus the Chiefs, and they can still come back and win. So Chiefs erase that deficit quick and in a hurry. End up taking a big lead. I think a lead by 20. Entering the third quarter, late third, the Dolphins started to come back, and they had the game down 27-20. They had the game down. I can't even talk right now. They had the lead down, from 20 points to 7 points. Entering the last drive for the Chiefs, they had 4 minutes left, and the Chiefs couldn't be stopped. They got their first downs. The game was over. But Mahomes threw 3 picks. He threw 2 or 3 touchdowns with 3 picks. Nicole Hartman had a punt return for a touchdown. Tyreek Hill had a catch for a touchdown. Travis Kelce, I want to apologize personally. Did I do an NFL live stream last week? I don't know if I did or didn't, but I said Derek Waller, the Las Vegas Raiders tight end who played great last week or the week before, whatever, had great numbers. I said, Kelce might have to look out for Waller coming. I guess not. This is back-to-back weeks where Kelce has gone off, or 9 catches for 130-plus yards. Back-to-back weeks, he looks fantastic. So I want to say sorry to Kelce. You are indeed clearly the number one guy, the number one tight end in the NFL right now. The Dolphins play well, though. Their defense is here to stay. They picked off Mahomes 3 times. All 3, to me, were Mahomes' fault. First 2 were tip passes. The third was a great catch by Xavier Howard, great coverage. Their team's legit. If Tua can play better in those spurts where he's, where they're punting the ball at, they're punting the ball 3 or 4 straight times. If he can score one of those times and punt 1 or 2 more times less, and at least get a field goal and a touchdown, they'll be fine. They'll be solid. But no, he's a rookie. We'll see. And they don't have the best weapons right now. They have a lot of their can't even talk right now. A lot of their weapons are hurt. So we'll see. Their running game, they're down to like their 4th running back of the year so far. So, but they played well though. They played well. They stayed in it. Tua played well, definitely towards the end. Start heating up more. Threw 1 pick early. Wasn't a bad pick, but was it tip? It was a tip ball, I believe, right? I think Tyrann Mathieu got it, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he played well though. He played well. pretty good game to watch. Got more entertaining towards the end. But yeah, Chiefs are outright to me. The Chiefs have to be the NFL favorites only because you can get a 14-point lead on these guys and it can be erased in like 2 plays. like seriously, it's crazy how explosive this offense is, and the defense isn't bad as well. Like once they get going, once Chris Jones and those guys got going, they terrorized Tua from yeah, from quarter 2 to 3. That defense terrorized Tua. He had no time to pass, got a safety on him. That defense line played well until Tua finally caught a hang of what they were doing and made better decisions, faster decisions, and played well from that point on and got better, as I said, from the end of the third to the fourth. Tua was fantastic. Broncos versus Panthers. Drew Lock came up big, 4 touchdowns. I believe 21 for 29, only missed 8 passes. KJ Hamler had a good day from Penn State, rookie from Penn State. The Panthers fought back at the end, but wasn't enough. Cool game. Noah Fant left the game early with like an illness, didn't return. But the Broncos have good potential, man. I like Drew Lock. At least on Madden I do. But in real life too, he's cool. He's cool. Didn't take a step forward as I thought he would this year. You know, being a rookie last year from Missouri, he has a big arm, good accuracy, good on the run. People had him as a Mahomes type of guy. I kind of fell for that trap and fell in love with him as well. I don't know about that. We'll see, but I thought he would take a bigger step this year. He did not quite do it, but still more time to go. He can still show improve and things like that. Missed a couple games this year, but I think he can still be a good quarterback for this team with a lot of weapons and still a solid defense. They win over the Panthers, 27-32. I'm really thinking, we all know the Panthers probably will be a top 10 pick in this NFL draft. I guess they're going to go quarterback. I know they signed, I'm about to say Terry Bradshaw, Teddy Bridgewater to a 3-year deal worth $30 million, $10 million a year, something like that. That's really backup money, to be honest. So that's not bad. They keep him as a backup, as a bridge quarterback if that QB is not ready. But yeah, they're definitely getting a quarterback in this draft for sure. But yeah, they have a good team. Christian McCaffrey, we know, out for the year basically. Came back a couple weeks ago, played well, and then came right back out with another injury. So their year is basically just wasted. They're kind of in a mini rebuild type of thing. So yeah, that's it for that game. Texans and Bears. I don't really have much to say about this game. I feel bad for Deshaun Watson. Seeing him cry last week in a close loss. I forgot the who. But just seeing him emotional, like, bro, like, you're leaving me out here to dry. He's crying for he missed Hopkins. Like, he missed Hopkins so much. It's crazy, man. Like, at least he had a chance to get hot with Hopkins and potentially, can put up a heck of points with him, Hopkins, and Fuller. Now with Hopkins gone, Fuller isn't the most consistent guy, from week to week. He played well the first couple of weeks. The guy injured or went quiet next couple of weeks, and he's off and on like that. The Texans are just, in a bad spot right now. So yeah, the Bears beat up on them pretty easily, 36-7. They had a big lead early and never lost it. So yeah, not really much to discuss on that game. Cardinals and Giants. I was nervous for the Cardinals. They lost last couple weeks. To keep their playoff hopes alive. I like this team a lot. As I said before, early in the year, I had Kyler Murray and Hopkins as the best quarterback wide receiver duo. They kind of faltered since then. I said that like week 5, 6. They kind of faltered since then. Haven't really put up big numbers or a big game together since until now. And the Giants played well last week, beating the Seahawks, so I was a little nervous, but they came through with a victory. Cowboys and Bengals. No Joe Burrow. I don't really care about this game too much. Cowboys win easily. Alden Smith, 78-yard fumble recovery. I'm glad to see him doing good. I like him a lot. Missed a lot of years. due to his own problems with missed a lot of years in the NFL. Glad to see him back and doing his thing. Cowboys aren't quite out yet from the playoff hunt from for the NFC East, so they have a shot still. They definitely have a shot. We'll see what they can do with it. The Washington football team did win again. They are in first place in the NFC East right now, but the Cowboys have more talent. They have more talent flat out. So I think they so we'll see how it goes the last couple of weeks of the season. I think those about to say the wrong name, but the Washington football team, I think they have a game or two lead on the Cowboys. So we'll see what happens. Maybe 3-game lead. Probably 2. I don't know the exact. Let me see the records real quick. 6-7 for the football team, and the Cowboys are. It should be like 4-6, 4-9. Excuse me. Yeah. So yeah, they have a 2-game lead on those guys. So it should be fine, but you never know. You never know how the NFL works. Colts and Raiders. T.Y. Hilton made his return. Phillip Rivers played well. Running game, Jonathan Taylor, my favorite running back coming from this past year's draft, played great. 20 carries, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, 7.5 yards per carry. T.Y. Hilton came back today, played great. 5 catches for 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derek Carr, 2 touchdowns, 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions. Josh Jacobs didn't really do too much in the running game. Nelson Aguilar, though, he had a great bounce back year after one of the worst years last year, and the Philadelphia fan base hated him. They killed him last year. He came to Vegas and been playing spectacular. Darren Waller didn't play too bad himself. So yeah, this team, the Raiders, they're up and down. They're never an easy win per se. They have a good record at 7-6, but they can't quite get over their own mistakes to get to the playoffs. The Raiders might miss their chance this year. For sure, sports on Wikipedia, the Colts are fire, had a great game, and they're a dangerous team. I don't believe in Phillip Rivers so much, so I don't think they have a long playoff life ahead of them when they get in, but they depending on if Phillip Rivers gets hot or the right matchup, they might can win one game or two. But I don't really believe in Phillip Rivers that much. So, or the running game. Jonathan Taylor had a great game today, but I don't think he can keep it up in certain matchups. Seahawks and Jets. I'm not gonna go here. Jamal Adams versus his former team played well against them. Seahawks got right back on track after losing to Giants last week. I'm not really going to discuss that. You know how I feel about Sam Darnold. He needs to be out of there this year, this summer. Colts were great today for sure, Sports Wikipedia. Dang sure great. They're good, though. What, 9-4? Yeah, they're 9-4. They're good. They're good. I like them. I like them a lot. Rodgers MVP now, for sure. For sure, yep. Mahomes won. They played well versus the Dolphins, but that 3 interception probably killed his MVP chances for Mahomes. I think Rodgers, you're right. I think Rodgers got it in the bag now. Let's go to that game. Packers versus who they play today? Lions, right? Packers and Lions. 31-24. I didn't see this game at all. I didn't see a highlight, anything. I seen one highlight from this game. Wow, Devontae Adams, 7 for 115. Marquez Valdez-Scantling has been playing great all year. I did see his touchdown catch. Aaron Jones played cool. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers playing great. Vintage Aaron Rodgers. No turnovers. Not even sacked, I don't believe. Let's see. Yeah, no sacks, no turnovers. Rodgers playing great. The thing about Rodgers, well, I say the Packers and the Saints. Those two are the most dangerous teams in the NFL, but they're also very inconsistent when it's time to come to playoffs. The Saints are always one of the top echelon teams for the last couple years. But once they get to the playoffs, they started acting a little funny. I know Drew Brees is out right now, but the loss to the Eagles today, This might help out though with Drew Brees being out. Well, see, I can't say that because Drew Brees has been out the last couple of years doing certain stretches and came back, and still hasn't really played consistently. But this year could be different. Like I said, I had the Bucks in the NFC early on. It's looking kind of scary for that take. So I guess the finals for the NFC Championship game will be not Bucks, the Packers and the Saints, depending on how everything work out. That's probably what it should be, to be honest. But if the Bucks can get hot, they can get hot. But outside of the Bucks stopping those two teams from meeting, I don't see any other team making a real run. To be honest. The Colts are your favorite team, Sports Wikipedia. Yeah, mine the Falcons, so I don't want to talk about that game. Falcons and Chargers, we lose again. Matt Ryan, 3 interceptions. Sick. I'm sick. I've said at the trade deadline, we need to trade Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. I'm standing by that. People telling me, oh, the cap, it's going to be a big cap hit. This, and I don't care. Get them out of here. Get some picks back. Get some back for them. It can happen. I don't care about the cap. We saw it now with the crazy cap, so it don't matter. I don't care about blowing the cap up. I don't care about that. Yeah, it was close, but always close with us in no cigar, or get blown out. It's never a good win for us. Who we beat the other week pretty handedly? Was it the Vikings? The Falcons beat like 44-10 or something like that. A big blowout for us. Other than that, though, we haven't really won anything good. What's our record this year? 4-9. Yeah. Our only bright spot to me is Calvin Ridley. I love him to death. I love Alabama wide receivers. I love Calvin Ridley. He's been a godsend. Like I said, with him coming up, I'm cool. I'm cool with trading Julio now. I'm cool with it. Trade him to the Lions. Trade him to the Packers. Trade him somewhere. But Julio got to go, in my opinion. Him and Matt Ryan with their big contracts. Justin Herbert played well again today. 1 turnover. He's good for 1 turnover. Justin Herbert is good for 1 turnover a game. That's for sure. How you doing the stream? Sports Wikipedia. I'm using StreamYard, a site called StreamYard. And I just have my mic turned off. I'm in the dark right now, so I don't really want to have the light on in the house. So in the room, I'm just chilling. So yeah, I'm using an app called StreamYard, and I have my mic turned off, and it has my logo and the voice thing like that. That's how I'm doing it. I didn't really want to shout these guys out, and I'm not getting paid for it. So when I get a little bigger, StreamYard give me some money for this. But as of right now, yeah, I'm using StreamYard. Washington football team. I do want to say one thing. I do want to apologize to Chase Young. Chase Young played great today. He's a good player. I said pre-draft that I wouldn't touch him with number 1 overall pick. No, excuse me, the number 1. Yeah, number 2 no overall pick. Sorry. Chase Young is a great young player. Now, I stand by what I said in that video, which was basically I wouldn't touch him because he has no really elite skill set. He's not like the Bosa brothers who have great hands, great technique, great moves. He's more of an energy guy, more of just a reckless guy. And so far in Washington, that's working out. I didn't see it planned this way for Chase Young. I thought he would struggle more. And he hasn't been amazing per se, but he hasn't been bad either. With that Mike Tomlin, the Steelers head coach, the comment he made to him during the game last week is going viral. He's a very good player. And I still, even the way he's playing now, in hindsight, I still probably wouldn't pick him number 2, in my opinion. But I have to let guys grow. I just did an NBA live stream, and I'm not judging too harshly guys like LaMelo Ball, guys like Anthony Edwards for having their struggles. So it's kind of like hypocritical in judging Chase Young only being a rookie, but you're trying to project. I'm trying to project in the future. And if Chase Young never gets his move set down pack, he never gets any good pass rushing moves and just stays wild and reckless and uses his athleticism, that can work for a while. But I think he will need to get those things in check for him to be a superstar like the number 2 draft pick should be. You know what I'm saying? So I stick by what I said. I don't think he'll be a superstar. I think he'll be solid, but the number 2 pick worthy, I say no. So, but he is playing great. I will acknowledge that he is playing great. He's playing. He's just playing free right now. You know, he's not really. It's a rookie year. He's not worried about technique. Not worried about trying to dip rip, or spin on you, whatever. He's just using his speed, athleticism, his God-given gifts, and just making plays and making stuff happen and flying to the ball. And his love of the game is definitely showing. So I want to give a big shout out to Chase Young. I was a big doubter of him. Still am for his potential, but he is definitely playing awesome right now. Sports Wikipedia, Derrick Henry stole the show for sure. For sure, man. Plus 200 yards, 20 carries, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Man, amazing. He's the reason why, man, I have the Titans number 2 in the AFC. I have them number 2 behind the Chiefs. I think, last year we saw the Chiefs get down early, but they raced the deficit quick. I think this year, with A.J. Brown being more mature in his second year, Corey Davis stepping up, if the Titans can meet the Chiefs again, Derrick Henry didn't play too well last year. If he can be dominant this year versus the Chiefs in the playoffs, Tannehill play a little bit better. Like I said, Corey Davis stepped up this year. A.J. Brown is in his second year. They have a shot. You always have a shot. It's only one game. They have a shot. Their defense is cool. They have to provide a better pass rush and things like that. But if you can, control the ball, make Derrick Henry run the ball 40 times versus the Chiefs in the playoffs, they have a chance of beating these guys. Them and the Bills. Even though the Bills' running game isn't great this year, when Josh Allen is hot, he's hot. Stephon Diggs is great. Cole Beasley is playing well. That defense is good. So I have the Chiefs. Again, I have the Chiefs number 1 in AFC clearly. Titans second. Steelers third. Titans second. Bills third. Steelers fourth. Ravens fifth. That's how I have it right now in the AFC for my rankings. Let's see. Last game, where did I stop at? Washington football team beat the 49ers. Saints and Eagles. Eagles win. Jalen Hurts makes his starting debut for the Eagles versus Taysom Hill. 2 similar quarterbacks, 2 similar styles of play. I think Hurts got over 100 yards rushing, if I'm not mistaken. Hurts got 18 carries with 106 yards. Played well. Didn't throw the ball too well. No, he played. It was cool. Miles Sanders played great against the Saints defense. Cool little game. I didn't really want to watch it. I like quarterback play. I want to see 2 good quarterbacks, but I don't want to see 2 not non-quarterbacks, but 2 non-traditional quarterbacks play like that in a game that don't really matter. You know what I mean? It's cool. That's the storyline about Hurts in his first start, but I didn't really care for this game too much. It's not the playoffs where I had to watch it. So, but that's really it for this football, man. Tonight we're on now. Steelers and Bills will come on soon. This is my number 3, number 4 teams in AFC, so we should see a pretty good game tonight. And the Steelers, man, look, they're 11-1. They've played great. Steelers fans have been on me all year saying they're not a good team. They're really pretenders instead of contenders. Tonight might change my mind. The record means nothing to me. It's all about the eye test. They're a cool team, but I think they're just missing something. A better running game is missing. I think there's better weapons, more consistency from their wide receiver group. They're good when they're good. When they're playing average, they're just average. There's no real there's no real high ground to the Steelers team if someone is cold. They're cold. They're cold. There's no, okay, we can get through. No, like their running game sucks. The wide receiver group is playing better than what they really are, in my opinion, with no real number one weapon. So yeah, I'll say the Steelers are pretenders for right now. Maybe this game changes things. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm definitely about to get off now to watch this game and enjoy myself before bedtime and get to work tomorrow. So that's it for the live stream, guys. NFL only live stream. I will see you guys next week, week 15. See you guys next time.